So here we have the 1927 Indian print single on the frame straightening rack. We had some serious surgery on this bike right here. So I'll take you through the fundamentals of what was damaged and what was wrong with the machine with this particular Indian. So originally on the rack here, we had to have the frame squared from here to the back. The down tube was squared off. Then a bracket was made to go within the engine space right there and slowly work back from each point to the back of this frame right here. So it was severely damaged in this transmission mount right here where these princes, these singles get damaged right here. It was totally tweaked, high on this side and low on this side. So you can see where it's being heated here. And the other issue is, do you bend it cold or do you bend it with heat? If you bend it cold, you could possibly tend to tear the casting and maybe tear the weld. It was also severely bent up here and had to be clamped in. So what is being done here is from the start of the frame all the way to the back right here, it's being squared off, and measurements have come from these 3 points on the rear of the frame. Now, for anybody that has a print, there is no tabulated data stating what the correct distance between the inside of the rear castings here and here is. So if you don't have a hub or a wheel, from all of the Prince frames that I've studied and have photographed and owned myself, the correct measurement from inside casting to the other inside casting here is 165 millimeters. That is what the correct casting distance would be, and that appears to be what all of the other frames come out to when they're repaired with the correct hub and wheel in there, just for some tabulated data information that's not even in the Indian Prince manuals. There's been quite a few days repair on this Indian Prince. The most difficult part, I guess, was the transmission mount had to be clamped to keep it from twisting in spots where you didn't want it to twist, so that the rear end parts right here could be lifted or pushed down. This tube on the back side right here was a 1/2 inch lifted high and was brought down so that it is now square and parallel with each other. The measurements have been from this rear casting point all the way back, all through here, being correctly gapped. This down tube right here was slightly tweaked as well, which lines up with the front engine mount that was straightened. So there's quite a fair bit of work in these Prince frames even before you get to the paint stage. You've got to really consider how badly damaged these frames were, considered they had no suspension on them. I hope that this helps anybody out in the future that is thinking about trying to restore an Indian Prince, whether it's a 25, 26, 27, or 28. They're slightly different in frames, tubings, and gas tanks. The height for all of these Princes are also different from here to here. All the back sections for a frame are different. A 25, 26, and 27, and 28 all are unique to the diamond frame that they come with. They're not interchangeable. However, you can make them interchangeable, but they would not be correct, and they don't quite fit properly. So this is the 27 Prince frame now, completely squared up. The next step now is to make sure that all the drive gears and the gearbox all lines up with all the sprockets, and we can then get to the paint stage. So she's definitely very straight. This rim here is nearly 100 years old and was the straightest original unrestored wheel that I had. And you can see that for a 100-year-old rim, she's pretty straight now in the back. However, this particular 27 Indian Prince will get a set of new rims on it. Okay, well, Hopefully some of the information I give here about restoring these Indian princes will be very useful and helpful to other people out there.